Hey guys, welcome back. And holy fucking shitballs. It happened. We finally got it. The Resident Evil 2 remake. They showed it off at E3, and it looked fucking amazing. Holy fuck. Um, I don't really know where to start, because we, we've been waiting for this for so fucking long. 3 years, guys. Nothing. No information. And then they hit it over the top with this. There's actually, if you haven't fucking seen it, which I'm sure all of you have by now, but some of you may not have seen that there are in fact two trailers. Okay, there's the E3 trailer that they showed during the conference, which was the first trailer I saw because I watched it live, which made me rock hard. And then later there was the PlayStation official announcement trailer for Resident Evil 2, and that one finished me off. Yeah, because that one showed a little bit more gameplay. It was ironically the better trailer. Um, but fuck, guys, I don't. Yeah, yeah, I wanted fixed camera angles, but I know that if this weren't Resident Evil 2, if this were like Resident Evil 8, and they put out a trailer like that, a game that looks like that, every Resident Evil fan, okay, would be down. They'd be, fuck yeah, I'm into that. Resident Evil's back. It looks fucking amazing. I'm not missing out on that. I'm not. Okay. It they're pouring their heart and soul into it. I can see that now. It looks fucking gorgeous, and the it's so fucking dark, and it sets a much different tone than the original Resident Evil 2, which, it can be a good or bad thing, but in this way, it's definitely a good thing. They weren't lying when they said they wanted to focus more on horror, and it also looks like a lot of the leaks they turned out to be true. Because it does look over the shoulder. I keep hearing that they are going to offer more than one camera option. I can't seem to confirm that anywhere from like an official source. So I don't know where people are getting that. That would be cool. That would be awesome. But as it stands, it does look like it's over the shoulder. But it looks fucking incredible. And like I mentioned in my 4chan leak video, this would give us an idea of what Resident Evil would look like going forward if it was indeed over the shoulder. And call me crazy, but you know what? I don't mind. They can always do spin-offs later that are fixed camera angles or things like that. You know what I think it's going to take? I think it's going to take sort of a Bloodstained Mighty Number 9 sort of situation. I think an indie developer may want to make an old school survival horror fixed camera angle 2D pre-rendered background game, and if that happens, we should all fund it, obviously, those of us who miss fixed camera angles, and I think Capcom may take notice, and they may decide to either make a spin-off entry in Resident Evil, because I definitely don't think I don't think the main numbered Resident Evil games will be fixed camera angle ever again, but there's always, spin-off territory. I mean, Gun Survivor and Dead Aim, I mean, there could always be a Resident Evil spin-off that goes back to fixed camera angles, but there has to be a market for it. And if you don't believe me, I mean, look at the fact that we're getting Mega Man 11. I think that Capcom, before Shenmue 3 came along, Mighty Number 9 was the fastest Kickstarter to make its goal, and I don't think we'd be getting Mega Man 11 if Mighty Number 9 had been successful. But because it wasn't, Capcom was like, well, I guess if people do want 2D platformer so bad, let's give it to them. I mean, there has to be a market for it. So what's funny is, I even, Capcom Dev Team 1, the ones making the Resident Evil 2 remake, and the ones that, took those pictures with the dummy finger and pissed everybody off. if you look at the comments being left on them on their page now, it's mostly positive. It's almost all positive. What gets me is that now there's like everybody's like, okay, now make Dino Crisis and just make it all, and I'm like, whoa, guys, we just got this. You give them some time. Let's play this. Let's see how it turns out. Shit. Oh my god. But my thing is, if you want Dino Crisis to come back, if you want other Capcom IPs to come back, Capcom needs money for that. They do. So, but so many people that are angry at Capcom for not, ever returning to long dormant series complain and bitch that we don't get what they want, and then they don't want to. Then they say things like, "Well, I'm not going to get this new remake if it's not, fixed camera, this and that." Well, you're never going to get what you want ever if you don't give Capcom your money. Like, it's as simple as that. That's how it works. Besides, your anger is completely misdirected at Capcom. You should be directing your anger toward newer casual fans who don't even want to give tank controls and fixed camera angles a shot. I mean, that's one reason Capcom doesn't want to take too many risks. That's why they're playing it safe with the Resident Evil 2 remake and making a game that many fans, not just the old ones, will play. I mean, that's why I think it'll take a Kickstarter campaign for an old school survival horror fixed camera angle game, because Capcom just needs to know that there are enough of us diehard old school fans out there to warrant making another mainstream game like that. I mean, if you don't believe me, let's talk about another game that was revealed at E3. Devil May Cry 5. Okay? You think it was any coincidence that they released DMC, the Ninja Theory one, and Devil May Cry 4? They wanted to see which one was going to sell better. They wanted to know what direction they should go forward with. And Devil May Cry 4 obviously fucking killed. And then they released the Devil May Cry collection, which was, Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3. And lo and behold, Devil May Cry 5 is fucking happening. Capcom is winning E3 right now, okay? Capcom is winning. Nintendo, you better bring the heat, because Microsoft and Sony right now they're kicking your ass. They're kicking your ass. You better bring it. You better bring it. Yeah, and that's right. The Microsoft conference was the one that showed off Devil May Cry 5, which gave me a really good feeling, because it was early on. It was one of the earliest shows. It was Devil May Cry 5, which blew everyone away. I don't know if anyone really was expecting that game to be a thing. And yeah, also that trailer was such a mindfuck, because it starts off and Nero now looks so much like DMC Dante, and you're like, are they really making DMC 2? What the fuck? And then you hear Johnny Young Bosch's voice come out of him. And you're like, okay, they got Johnny Young Bosch. And then his arm is missing, and he cranks that sword, and that's what told me it was fucking Nero. And then, fuck, I mean, that was just Capcom is winning E3 right now. By the way, I didn't have a problem with DMC as a game. I thought it kicked a lot of ass. It was a very fun, kick-ass game with solid gameplay. But the problem was nobody at all asked for a reboot of the Devil May Cry universe. That was its main problem. That also wasn't necessarily Capcom's fault. They had just lost a lot of their top talent, who then went on to form Platinum Games. I'm sure you've heard of them. And so they didn't have the same kick-ass Devil May Cry making development team anymore, so they outsourced it to Ninja Theory, who made, Heavily Sword, and they proved themselves as kick-ass action game creators. So I think that's why we got that one. I found it when it was remastered for PS4. It didn't surprise me. When Devil May Cry 4, however, was remastered for PS4, Xbox One and all that, that was interesting to me. That I thought at the time, are they trying to gauge fan interest to see, which one? And yeah, so I think that's what happened. I mean, call me crazy, but that says it all. But yeah, no. Let's talk about the Resident Evil 2 trailers, though. Fuck, guys. Oh my god. I Is it just me, or does that look better than Last of Us 2? To me, it looks better than Last of Us 2. I'm way more psyched for the Resident Evil 2 remake. Yeah, I'm a little biased. But no, it looks way more kick-ass. I think part of that, too, is I liked Joel over Ellie. Ellie's fine as a character. She's a really good character, but I didn't care as much about her as I cared about Joel, and now the sequel is going to be just Ellie for the most part. So, I mean, I'm sure, Naughty Dog is a very talented team. I'm sure they'll make me care about Ellie. They have that ability. But right now, Joel's not there, so Resident Evil 2, yeah. Fuck yeah. It looks great. It looks fucking, I mean, that liquor scene, shit. And then in that second trailer, the PlayStation announcement trailer, the official trailer, you even see that scene with the liquor that passes by the window. Fuck, guys. Claire and Leon, they did learn their lesson, Capcom. They did. They look like Claire and Leon. Yeah, it was a little jarring at first, when I saw the E3 trailer and everybody cheered because they knew that was Leon. Okay? Yeah, he looked a little different, but, when they remade the first Resident Evil, they looked a lot different. They were more or less the same, but you got used to the new faces, the new, more realistic faces in the Resident Evil 1 remake, and now we want them back. But yeah, it does appear, because there was a leak before E3 that I thought about doing a video on, to rely on horror leaks that came out. I didn't really cover it, though, because it was just more leaks on unsubstantiated rumor, and I was fully prepared for Capcom to let us down at E3, so I didn't want to get anybody's hopes up or get the hype up if nothing was going to happen, which I really feared. But there were some more leaks saying that Capcom did learn their lesson from the whole red fake controversy, the hashtag not my Redfield. So they did make Claire and Leon look like Claire and Leon. Everybody looks great. I do. We didn't really get a good look at Claire's outfit, but one of the things the leak said was that it was going to be a little bit more modernized. I'd have to see the outfit in full, because I did like the slight redesign in Dark Side Chronicles, where she had like blue jean shorts. That one was cool. I also would have taken the original. But yeah, I don't know. Leon looks great. Claire looks hot. Way hotter than she did in Revelations 2. Yeah, she's super cute. I'd hit that. Wouldn't you hit that? I mean, if she'd let me. If I had her consent, okay? I don't want to. Okay, I'm just saying. Sherry and Marvin look great. That's for damn sure. Sherry probably looks the most like she always did than anyone else. But Marvin looks great, and it seems like his scenes are going to be a little bit more extended, because he has certain lines that he tells to Leon, just like, if you see anybody, uniform or not, do not hesitate. And that's just it's giving me flashbacks, guys. Good ones. Good flashbacks. All we saw of Ada was a maybe silhouette. Looks like she's wearing like a raincoat kind of thing. Yeah, all the voices are different. Of course, we all knew that. We knew going in that this wasn't going to be 100% the remake we'd want. That's one reason where I was already just ready to see what Capcom was working on, because I wasn't going to get the old voice actors back. It damn well just better kick ass at least, and it looks like it does. Fuck. So yeah, no chance of hearing Sally Cahill's silky smooth Ada Wong voice. It's Sally Cahill, by the way, followed me back on Twitter. Just saying. Sally, if you're watching, love you, babe. But yeah, she's totally not watching. Probably not. But yeah, everything fucking looks great. And Residents of Evil, and I'm plugging their channel again because I have to mention this. They did cover the Rely on Horror leaks, and on that video, I said what I'm going to say now. I think that so many of us diehard Resident Evil fans, especially Resident Evil 2 fans, love the game so much that when we finally see a trailer from Capcom, and if it looks kick-ass, we're not going to care about the camera angles anymore. We know how much we love the game. We're not going to pass up the chance to experience it all over again, even if it's in a much different way. Okay? I mean, I do think first-person camera angles, first-person camera is a deal-breaker for a lot of people, so I'm really glad they didn't go that way. But yeah, if you love Resident Evil 2, I mean, there's no way you saw those trailers and was like, fuck this. I don't even believe the very, very few trolls that have commented on various, videos saying, well, they fucked it up, I'm not buying. No, you're gonna miss out. You may think that now, but I think when the game comes out and everybody's playing it and it's kicking ass and it looks fucking great, I think you're gonna jump on. I think you are. And I'm not even trying to insult you and your conviction. I think that you love Resident Evil so much, Resident Evil 2, that you just can't pass this up. You can't miss this. It looks fucking amazing. It looks like the direction that the series should have gone after Resident Evil 4. Instead of, how much action. I mean, and like I said, in my 4chan video, this gives us a great look at what Resident Evil 8 could possibly look like. I mean, it does. I mean, shit. It looks amazing. And before we knew anything, in the 3 years since it was announced until, yesterday, I'd been saying, Capcom, if you're a little worried about, this making money, you can make it a cheap remake. And it wouldn't look cheap because pre-rendered backgrounds never look cheap. And then just working about the character models. I advocated, a remake in the style of the remake of Resident Evil 1. And even though I would still love to have a remake like that, I did it not just because I was partial to it, but also because it would be cheaper. And, my last video was about the Secret of Mana remake, which was a faithful remake, the kind of remake so many of us wanted for Resident Evil 2. And that game was, shit on by a bunch of, crybabies. Check that video out if you want to see my defense of it, because they gave it way too hard of a time. But in seeing this Resident Evil 2, I get it now. I understand now that they didn't want to just half-heartedly pump out a remake. They wanted to use the RE engine, which I predicted they probably would, because it was taking so long and we knew nothing about it. But it's a full budget game, which I don't know. It surprises me, and yet it doesn't. This is Resident Evil 2. They want to knock it out of the park, and this is gonna make them fuckloads of money, and rightfully so. It looks like it fucking kicks ass. Like I said, it looks way more. It looks better than The Last of Us 2. It looks better than Days Gone. I'm fucking excited. It looks, fuck. How many times have you watched the trailers? I've watched them 80 times each. Okay, I'm probably gonna watch them 80 more times today, unless Nintendo knocks it out of the park. We'll see about that. But even then, once Nintendo does, I'm gonna watch them again, because fuck, I'm so fucking excited. it's finally here, guys. It was just the day before. We were still anticipating and waiting and knowing absolutely nothing for sure. And now we do. And I've seen a lot of people saying, you know, it was worth the wait. Yeah, it kind of was. It kind of was. I still don't condone the total silence that we were getting, because it worried even, you know, people like me that understand that making video games is hard, because I've, you know, followed the development of video games practically all my life. But it worried even me that they may not have anything to show us, that they were way more behind than they were leading us on to believe. But no, you see that, and fuck, it looks great. I only wish, you know, that they'd copy, you know, they just did what they did with Resident Evil 7. I wish they had a free demo to give us, but, you know, hey, you can't have everything, I guess. I do, however, hope that that there will be more information trickling out, and not, you know, via leak. I hope that they do the whole Resident Evil Ambassador program, where they were sending us like little clips and snippets of Resident Evil 7, and they would want us to post it all over our social media. I hope we get little things like that, those little vignettes, those little short clips giving us peeks into Resident Evil 7. It would be fucking great if they did that with Resident Evil 2, and you know, show it off at the Tokyo Game Show and Gamescom, all that shit. I hope we learn more, and it gets me even more excited to think that it will. I also called it. I want to just point that out. I called it when they finally released a trailer. They also released a release date, so I was totally right about that. And yeah, January 25th. That is when we will get to relive the world of survival horror. Fuck. So let me know what you guys think. Even if you want to let me know about other games you're excited for that you saw at E3, it doesn't necessarily have to be about Resident Evil 2 Remake. Let me know what you guys think. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a like. Consider subscribing. Make sure you're still subscribed, because YouTube fucking sucks.